Hey guys, Bushcraft family back again with another video. First of all, I want to thank everyone for their thoughts, prayers, and all the good vibes. I'm doing much better. I still have a little bit of sore throat and whatnot, um, but I'm doing much better, and I very much appreciate all the kind words and prayers that I got over the time I was sick here. But let's get started with this new issues in our supply chains. Um, Now, what I'm going to be talking about, it's going to go from China to United States to all over, and this will impact us um, greatly. And as you may know, certain people, potato head, says we're improving, getting better, this and that, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, but yeah, somebody's feeding him a bunch of you know what. But anyway, it's not getting any better. If anything, it's getting extremely bad. And not only will we see less things in our grocery stores or everywhere, um, it's not looking any good anytime soon. And the more restrictions that are put on our truck drivers, and it's just one thing after another, and it's not looking good, people. Um, we need to get ready for some hard times here. So let's go ahead and get started. Make sure it flips over. And our first one, yes, I went ahead, and this is old, but it has a lot of impact of what's going on, because right now they're locking down their borders, China. They're not letting anything in or out of China. Um, One of the reasons being is they have been testing things that have been coming into China, and it's been tested positive for the makeup of the sickness that's going around right now. Everybody should know what I'm talking about when I say this. But they have been doing tests on produce, packaging, and stuff like that that has been coming in, and they're finding out that it is riding on through the borders into China. So they've locked everything down. Um, so you might think, oh, who cares? Let them lock things down. But we get so much stuff from China right now. It's ridiculous. And I've said this over and over again. We need to make our things here in the United States. We don't need to rely on other countries for everything. I mean, there's some things that we just can't make or grow, and that makes sense getting things that way. But yeah, um, okay, let's go ahead. Here's the top 10 uh, electronic machineries, uh, equipment. This is their number one thing that we get from China. Machinery, including computers, furniture, bedding, lighting, signs, uh, prefabricated buildings. Number four is plastics, plastic articles. This is a big one. You might not think it is, but it's a big one. It's also called resin. It's for making any containers that are made of plastic tubes, rubber. So many things that we use today is from this. And from just look at $96 billion of plastic we get from China. That is nuts. And not to mention vehicles. We get a lot of vehicles there. Number seven is miscellaneous textiles, worn clothing. Um, Another thing is toys and games. You might think that's not important, but it is for little guys. Articles of iron or steel. And number 10 is clothing, accessories, not knit or crochet. Okay, so pretty much our shoes or shirts or there's so much stuff you'd be surprised. And like I said, this is happening at the ports. They are so backed up, uh, truck drivers waiting to get their stuff to the ports to where it can be shipped out onto the boats to the United States. It's so bad they've been waiting for almost a month at these borders to get in, and the truck drivers are in tents, makeshift kitchens, and things like that. It's crazy. And now we're going to go off to our next thing. And this one is pretty much at home here, and it's to do with over here in Michigan. But our friends up north are Canadians, and the driver shortage could get worse due to Canadian, yeah, the CV juiced requirements. So what they want, this is starting January 15th, which, yeah, it's already here. Canada will require foreign truck drivers to be fully juiced or they'll be turned away at the border. Unjuiced Canadian truckers won't be denied entry, but they will require test negative to the sickness and quarantine for 2 weeks. So not only uh, Canadian drivers will pick up a load and or vice versa be going back to Canada, if they're unjuiced, they take a test and have to wait at the border for 2 weeks. Yeah, and right now, uh, we're sitting at, for truck drivers, it's about 50, 51, 52% of the truck drivers are fully juiced. So that leaves a good bit of truck drivers that frequently go into Canada, unload or pick up loads, and come back to the United States. So that means that's half our trucks right now, and that's crazy. Um, and I don't know where this is going to go to from here, but um, eventually, there's going to be some anticipating maybe some blockages of roads. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen before too long. So let's head out to California now, shall we? As you can see here in the image here, it looks like a bit of a tornado or something came through and messed up the railway. But no, um, as you can see, 160% spike in thefts in LA. Yep. And what they're doing, they are jumping on from the bridges. They're jumping on these trains and breaking the seals on them and going in there and ripping boxes and throwing out stuff that they don't want. And they are, if they get caught. Now let's go down here a little bit. Um, these individuals are generally caught and released back into the streets in less than 24 hours. Now, again, this is California, guys. Um, little slap on the wrist there and don't do it again. But in fact, criminals boast to officers that charges will be pled down to a simple trespassing, which bears no serious consequence without any just jurisdictional. No, I'm not even going to go there. My mouth won't work that way. Anyways, it's the legal part of it. Anyway, it is no surprise that over the past year, UP has witnessed the significant increase in criminal rail theft, um, and which what they're doing now since um California is not doing a dang thing about it. It you can go jump on there and take what you want. If you get caught, oh darn, oh we'll just make it no trespassing and pay what $25, $50 fine for trespassing and go back and do it again. It makes no sense why California is not busting these guys and making it, you know, making them pay big time. It just makes no sense. So what's going to happen now is, again, all these packages, FedEx, UPS, all these places are diverting their business from the rail system. So they're not doing this anymore in the state of California. That is because, yeah, LA County is like, hey, let's go ahead and steal. It's fine. We'll put the cuffs on you, stick you in jail, and you can spend the night, and you're out the next day, and no big deal. So, yeah, they're diverting their businesses to other places. Now, there are not many places to do shipping other than what we're already doing with our trucks. And yeah, our trucking industry is taking big hits from mandates to this and that. And we're losing drivers, we're losing companies because they're going under because they can't afford these fines and regulations and things like that. Um, Sorry, my heat really went on. There we go. Um, so now we're going to go out to the port. We're still in California, but we're hitting the port, and I'm going to show you some images here. Let me make sure it pops up. Yay! Okay, as you can see, let me get a drink here first. Um, these are graphs from the maritime area in Long Beach, uh, Los Angeles ports right here. And this is total vessels. And as you can see, 61 total at berth. Um, and you have the yellow plus blue here. As you can see it way up there. And these are vessels within 40 miles. 40 miles of the ports. And yes, there are saying there is a decrease of total ships and whatnot that or vessels that are within the 40 miles. But there are some images that I'll show you here lately that will kind of shock you by what's going on. But anyways, as you can see, 38 vessels of all types inside the 40-mile anchored or loitering, plus 90 container ships outside um, SAQA loitering or slow speed steaming. And that's 128 vessels. Again, it's not getting better. Some things are better, some things are not. And as we're going to go to the next image, make sure it flips over. And again, this is California, the Maritime, from their website. This is all legal documents and all this stuff. Total container ships inside 40 miles, Long Beach, January 1st, 2019 to January 18th, 2022. And as you can see, you can see the baseline here, and right here you can see 9 container ships at anchor or loitering inside the 40 miles. It's down 9. But as you can see right here, this is where we start at. And then it goes way up here. It did go way up into here. Um, November in there. We were having a lot of issues with it. And then things, once they got the Curie system set up, it seemed to be doing better. It does look better on paper and all. But once you start looking at it in a different way, again, we're at +9 anchor loitering, however you want to say it. But let me show you this last image here. Now this is an image. This is the United States over here. You can't hardly make it out, but it's the United States over here. And here you see the shipping routes coming over. As you can see here, look at this mess. And a lot of this is outside the 40 miles. And these are not even, there's also a ton of these ships that turn off their transponders because they don't want to get fined for being in this area. Because now that if you get there, you're not supposed to be sitting there for 72 hours or whatnot. But as you can see here, you can see there's hardly anything over in the ports over here. This is China, by the way, China area. As you can see here, there's hardly anything over here. There's a lot going across here, but look at the traffic on this end. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit for you guys. Yeah, as you can see here, it is just mad packed right there. And of course, Mr. Potato Head takes credit, saying that whatever he did, he probably doesn't even know what he did, has improved everything. Oh, we're making our dock workers work 24/7, 3 shifts. Guess what? They were already doing that. There's a lot more issues involved in the ports than just what they say. You can't blame the longshoremen, the dock workers and whatnot. A lot of it has to do with the owner of the docks. They tell them what ships to unload, when to unload them. They get their call for their jobs to do that ship. If they don't get that, nothing for a whole day, and they're sitting there waiting. Yeah, you get the picture. And again, these ports are owned by, you guessed it, China. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Slip it back over here. Again, like I said, things are not better, even though if you're watching mainstream news saying things are doing this, things are this. Again, they say the cost of living went up 6% or something like this. I forget what it was, but look at hamburger. look at the price of hamburger. How can that be 7%, 6%, whatever it is? I see stuff way more over than what they're saying. Look at your gas, your heating. How much is that costing? Is it only 6, 7%? No, it's so much more. and I don't see anything, any no light at the end of the hall there saying, "Hey, come on, we're getting better." Yeah, it's not, and I don't see anything for it to get better with our guy in the big house over there. It's just not getting better, and I don't see him pulling something out of his hat and all of a sudden it's fixed. There's a lot of stuff that needs done to make this work, and making mandates for people to have a piece of paper to do their job is not one of them. I mean, you can be safe and everything. And these guys are sitting in a dang truck all day. It's not like they're in a crowd of people and stuff. Why mandate the people that are supplying us with our livelihoods and stuff? Um, because that's what it is. Our food that we get. Um, if a store doesn't get anything, all those employees can't go to work because there's nothing for them to do. So it, it's it's a bridge that needs fixed. But all in all, all in all, guys. Uh, Again, I don't know. We'll just have to see if things do get better. I don't think they will with this guy. But until next time, God bless.